they're doing fine for the sentence that the judge gives. Some sit in the cells with their books. They use the time to feed their lives, don't care about the dirty looks. Yo, I take for what it took to be a crook. Push your head, yo, I'll never...
Hey everyone, and welcome to Inside the Gorilla Position, and I am the host, Jason Rumble, and it's a free-for-all Friday evening, and as always, I'm going to pull whoever comes into the studio first. I do know it's a late one as we go live Friday night at 10 o'clock, but it's the summertime, and those of us with kids and family, in a pool, we're doing some things that take us ordinarily later into the night, so I greatly and deeply apologize to the dedicated listeners and followers of the show. And with a little bit of no further ado, I bring in to you Mr. APOC, the stiff one himself, Stiff Mike. Mike, you look like you're in a different location this evening.
Actually, I am. I had my laptop died, so I had to get a new computer.
Yeah.
And I bought a new print and cut machine that's coming in about a week or so. So I ended up buying a desktop, a little bit better camera.
Yeah. Sweet.
Yeah.
Sweet.
I'm sure nobody else will come on because they're all a bunch of women.
Yeah, well, it is a little late. Some people do melt like melt like a pumpkin, but it is what it is. So we come a week or so to 2 weeks outside of all these sexual scandals and investigation in the WWE. It was really shocking to find out. First, it comes with just what we thought was a one payoff, and it leads up into 20 years of some things, and quite possibly some not future talent, but some ex-talent is
well, what do you expect, dude? I mean, you know the business. You know how dirty it is. You know how dark it is. I mean, if I would be shocked if nothing like that ever came out at all. Never mind, McMahon, at least, you know what I'm saying? It would be shocking to me if he was actually a decent human being, which we all know he's not, but he's got all the money in the world, so why not be who he wants to be?
Yeah, well, it is shocking, because first and foremost, so many people used to throw Vince under the bus for being on the other side of the fence.
Well, hey, what are you gonna do?
Nowadays,
you can't do that. The times have changed, and the world is a completely different animal, I guess.
That it is. Anything happened interesting with the show that you're going to be part of this week? Did they cancel the show?
No, it's going to happen tomorrow, minus an owner. So.
Yeah. Meaning minus the owner. Is that just because he doesn't want to be there to catch heat, or is it that he will not be no longer part of the company?
No longer part of the company. So it's just going to be one sole owner, which it should have been from the rip, and it is what it is. I'm not put it this way. I'm not disappointed that person left.
Yeah.
So
very interesting.
What it is, but the more the stuff comes out, and the more things come out, it seems like it's like a witch hunt against certain people in the business.
Yeah.
On Chaotic's part, you know what I mean? Like, like he name dropped a few people, and it seems like the picture that was taken was with Sonny Goodspeed, Vegas, Scott Reed, and Mike Hollow, and a lot of people are saying that both Scott Reed and Mike Hollow knew the whole story behind Vegas. I don't. We both know Mike. Mike is more about his reputation and anything else. You know what I
Without a
mean?
doubt.
I don't think that if he knew any of that, he would even allow that. He wouldn't even post that picture. You know what I mean? He
Dan Bellevue. I just tuned in. Is this about Vegas?
yes.
Yes.
Um, I don't see Hollow just brushing that kind of behavior under the rug.
Yep.
As much as of a scumbag Hollow is, and I can't stand him, and everybody knows it, and I don't care. I don't see him brushing that allegations or any of that behavior under the rug. He would
Yep.
never stand for that. So I mean, I I don't buy that they didn't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't buy that they knew. You know what I mean? I really think Mike didn't know until it was told to them, and he was told never come back to the school again. Honestly, he should just go back to Florida and never come to this area. Period.
With Mike's ties, whether or not they're still active or deactive, I just know Mike would not,
He wouldn't stand for that.
Yep.
As much as I dislike him as a person and how he treats people. At least that part, he has morals, and he would never ever. You know what I'm saying? There's just no room for that in the business, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody has their skeletons in their closets. It is what it is, but like that shit, it's just not. It's not. It's not a cool thing. You know what I mean? Like you're going to a wrestling school, and you're entrusting yourself to be trained properly, and not have to worry about somebody making sexual comments to you, of the same sex. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's bad when a guy does it to a girl, but then when another male is made to feel uncomfortable, it's 10 times worse, in my opinion. But opinions are like assholes. Everybody's got one.
That's right. I wonder who says that a lot.
Yeah, that would be you, Mr. Rumble. I don't know if I like this. Well, I don't know. This camera, it's all right. It's not too bad.
Yeah, I like it. The background is different. You're not down your cellar tonight.
I am in my cell. I'm on the other side, though.
Ah.
So I have two sides. I have one that's not finished, where I have my PlayStation and my TV. And then I have this side where it's finished that I'm going to turn into my print shop when I get my new machine. So.
Oh, there you go. So, I know you don't like AEW, but since it's like a Friday night free-for-all, I just got to say that Claudio Castagnoli has looked great
I don't
in his
listen,
2 matches in AEW.
I don't dislike AEW. I dislike Sideshow Bob because he's on Twitter or on social media every day, tooting his horn that he's got the best wrestling company in the land, and he has probably the shittiest wrestling company in the land because he's got all this ex-WWE talent and doesn't really know what to do with them. I think Cesaro is going to be a superstar over there because
yes,
the man can work. And I don't, I think WWE wasted.
I always wondered why Cesaro never got the singles push.
But I think maybe he, and we don't know. I mean, he could have went against the system. He could have,
yeah, but they always gave him a great tag team push, is what I'm saying.
Right.
It wasn't like they ever buried him. They just really never gave him. I felt that he could have been I felt he could have been a WWE champion of some sort.
Right. I honestly think that he's going to be the one of the few that, and he didn't get released. He worked his contract to the end.
Yeah.
He didn't have a 90-day clause. He tried to renegotiate a contract. He wanted more money. They wouldn't give it to him. But then, he goes and he signs for less money with AEW, but you got to look at it this way: it's less dates.
Yes.
So he's not really losing money. He's actually saving his body.
And you
You know
get
what
the
I mean?
chance on AEW. Look at the money that Moxley must be making on the outside.
Well, Moxley's making $3 million a year from AEW.
Yeah, plus he's going to other indies and making money.
Yeah, because AEW is an indie federation with a TV deal and with Daddy's money. I mean, if he, everyone thinks that Tony Khan's a genius. He's not. If he was a genius, he would be doing what Vince does and not letting any of his talent work anywhere else and keeping his product solid. You got to understand, like Rampage, they might as well just fold it up because it's the ratings are getting worse and worse every week.
Dan Bellevue, I'm gonna tell you right now, I disagree with that. I think if in AEW he's world champion material.
I think he was world champion material in WWE.
Yeah, I do too. I think he was worthy of it. I think if you give Biggie Langston a title run with the title, I think Cesaro should have got the title too.
That was that was all race motivated because of what was going on in the world at the time. But for Cesaro is.
Can Cesaro sell merch? Yeah,
because you got to understand, he was probably one of the most over guys in WWE without even having a push.
Now,
whenever he did that, hold on one second.
You're gonna say it right now.
Whenever he does that big swing, he pops the crowd all the time.
But what was gonna make him the money maker was right before he got involved with Sheamus. They had him do the 007 James Bond gimmick.
Exactly.
And I believe they would have came up with some stuff that would have merged that out, and Cesaro could have made the WWE some money. Yes, I do. I firmly believe it. Yes.
Forbes is the biggest drum beater of bad creative in WWE, and I don't disagree with it. I just think that you have people who don't know the business writing wrestling shows, and it doesn't work. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's come out that Triple H is now in charge of Raw, and that's the reason why it's going to TV 14.
Yeah.
So you're probably going to start seeing more edgier stuff going on Raw, more wrestling than the horrible crap that was in the past.
I didn't know that. WWE Raw is going 14.
Yeah, Monday.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So it'll be Monday. It'll be TV 14. I don't know about SmackDown. I mean, SmackDown does more edgier stuff anyways because it's Fox and that's what they want.
Yeah.
But I think USA is probably putting pressure on. So Triple H is now in charge of NXT and Raw.
I look at it this way. I think that quite possibly, if this does stay in the storylines with the Vince McMahon stuff, I think Vince McMahon could be pushed aside altogether.
Well, you also got to look at it this way. The man's 77, 78 years old.
Yep.
I think it's time for him to retire and enjoy his grandchildren and let Stephanie stepped away for the who's the biggest money maker in wrestling right now? Roman Reigns.
Yep.
Without a doubt, Roman Reigns.
Now, if Wardlow was in the WWE,
he'd be right there. And the thing of it is, and the sad part of it is that WWE has already said they wouldn't touch Wardlow because he's too indie.
Oh, buddy. He is over like over.
Yeah. I think that was one of the only storylines in AEW that worked.
Yeah.
Because the way they did it, and that was all Iron Anderson's idea. It wasn't Tony Khan's, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, so Cesaro. Let's get back to Cesaro, right? And I won't call him Claudio, whatever the hell his name is. I call him Cesaro because that's who he is to me. He's going to be probably the one of the three. him, Danielson, and Moxley that came over from WWE that's going to actually make it in AEW and not get lost in the shuffle. Now, again, if that happens, then it's poor booking on Sideshow Bob's part because
I like
he's got
I like this.
what?
I like Dan giving I like the questions tonight because it's been a dead week in pro wrestling as
Yeah,
far as I'm
my
concerned.
thoughts on MJF. If he goes to WWE, he's the next Piper, hands down. They'll make him into the next Piper.
Okay.
If he stays at AEW, he's just going to be what he is. Because AEW doesn't know. Like, everyone thinks that this whole angle is a shoot. It's not. It's probably the biggest work in the wrestling business to date.
Oh, with him home right now and
Yeah. That's not a shoot. That's a work.
Yeah.
Because if that was a shoot and he went
He
out
would have
there,
never got 2 words out.
no, they would have shut the mic off immediately. So there's no way that was a shoot. That was a complete work. And I love the Mark pages. Oh, MJF is getting, or Sasha Banks is getting the MJF treatment. No, the Sasha Banks and Naomi thing's a completely different thing. If anybody thinks that they're released, they're high because neither one of them are going anywhere. They're just sent them home. No, not yet.
No, I'll give you my thoughts on MJF really quickly, and then I'll get to do I believe he's their biggest draw. MJF to me, okay. The WWE, I'm sorry, Mike, would have to go on Mondays and Friday nights, and I said this with Capelli, and he kind of agreed with me, and not many times do we all agree. But MJF is able to get over like Eddie Murphy on AEW while heels,
he swears.
yes, because and heels in the WWE have to get over like Ray Romano and Jerry Seinfeld, if that makes any sense.
No, I listen.
You know what I mean?
But the thing of it is the PG
How
era
it
is
got
over.
like Piper was Piper for a certain reason, that the wrestling world itself was still a syndicated wrestling product. And there wasn't, Monday Night Raw wasn't as pop. You know what I mean? It was Tuesday Night Titans back on WWE net on the USA Network. When you think about it, during the real heydays of Piper, and Saturday mornings, so it was syndicated. Nobody knew what the hell was going on. I think if I'll say it. I think MJF and AEW is gold. MJF and WWE, he's really going to have to come up with something to be that as much to be as overly hated as he is. He would have to really, the stick would have to do something without the F-bombs.
Well,
their biggest draw right now is the fact not one worker on there is their biggest draw. Their biggest draw to me is the fact that they're putting on wrestling matches with a card full of people that people want to see, if that makes any sense.
No, it does, but you
that so to say their biggest draw, I mean would have to be like I would believe their biggest draw would be John Moxley. I believe maybe their biggest draw would have to be the Young Bucks at this time. You know what I mean? I think it's like I said, I don't think it's one. I believe it's a combination of all. Like Mike says, Mike says it's an indie company. That's what he believes. I believe it's an upstart company with a lot of what would be independent wrestling talent with the mix of WWE. I believe it's a dream wrestling promotion that they go around, they give you the matches that they want. It's like a circus of all stars. I'm sorry.
If you look at it this way, right? If WWE didn't release all that talent and AEW didn't have the money to scoop them up, where would AEW be right now?
Having to create their own.
And again, where would they be right now? Dead in the
Having to
water.
create their
Right.
own.
They'd be dead in the water because Tony Khan is a clueless idiot and doesn't know how to run a wrestling company. If it wasn't for him bringing in Regal, Iron Anderson, for Christ's sakes, the person who started the company left and went to WWE.
You would think that with all the talent that used to work backstage for WWE, that
They have referees that used to be in WWE now.
yes.
And one of them used to be a head agent.
The
And they still can't get it right.
I'll give you
I do kind of know what's going on, but you know.
What do you guys believe is working in AEW?
It's the
All right.
matches.
Exactly. Yes. They're
It's
giving
not storytelling.
Yes.
It's the matches.
They're just listen. They're giving indie wrestling fans, because
Dream
if you
match.
look at their crowds, they're not. There's no kids in the crowd.
No.
There's no kids. You know
Nope.
what I mean? It's all older adults and mid age people. You know,
Like
it's
us.
an older genre wrestling promotion, which is one of the reasons why I believe that they draw under 1 million. I believe because that's you're tuning to a generation that doesn't watch the TV live.
Nope.
That they're probably apping that somewhere. So their true, I truly believe their true numbers are hidden just because of that, because it's a different generation of wrestling fans all together watching it.
It's a different generation of everything.
Yes.
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
their Fighter Fest. I watched their program. I watched WWE Raw this week. I thought Raw was a good program. Yeah. And I found nothing wrong. I thought there was a good little promo that I'm very intrigued by this the Aleister Black, along with the girl can cut a promo. That Brody King ain't so bad at cutting a promo.
I followed him since he started with Ring of Honor. He's always been good.
They got a good little gimmick going. Another one. Christian Cage seems like he just wants to always one up Edge. Edge is doing Judgment Day, and now he's like trying to be demonic with Luchasaurus. You know, but I like.
Oh, look who showed up! It's Rochi. Hey, Rochi, what happened to the Red Sox being in first place by June 28th? You clown!
This team, I can't take it. Yeah, I know.
They were just leading 4-3.
Now it's tied up 4-4 with the bases loaded in the ninth and no outs. They're about to blow it.
Their pitching's bad, dude. Bad. Their pitching is bad. I thought Sale didn't look that great either when I saw it in Tampa.
Sale didn't look that great. Sale looked great. It was the fucking bullpen that blew it for him. He had 5 strikeouts. He was throwing a consistent 97 miles an hour.
Whatever. Their bullpen sucks.
Their bullpen sucks, man.
And the Yankees,
and it wasn't even their bullpen lately. It's been bonehead fielding plays.
The Yankees came down to earth. They got beat they've lost a series to the Reds.
It don't matter. The fucking Red Sox lost a series to the Cubs. They're just as pathetic.
Poor Rochi.
And I know. I'm not worried about it, Roach. They're gonna take one of the wild card spots and gonna get disappointed anyways.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. It's still, the whole thing of it is that come playoffs is a different season. You know
exactly. Playoffs is a different time. As long as the Red Sox do not get swept 2 series in a row, I'm happy. Do I like seeing games blown like this? No, I hate it. But then again, when you're throwing people out there that aren't legit closes, the fuck do you expect?
Well, that's the same thing with the Yankees. Chapman is been choking on everything for a while.
Yeah, but the new kid that's in there
Oh yeah,
that they got, he throws.
yep,
Listen, the Yankees got the best bullpen in all of baseball. Any team that's up the way they're up, that's scheduled to that if you were to progress the way that they would look with numbers, they're going to win over 100 games.
yeah,
So to have what you would deem a slump, every fucking team goes through it, man.
yeah. I mean, it happens.
Every team goes through it. Baseball, the sport, everything that they do pertaining to get ready for it's a whole different animal.
Yeah.
So I mean, the AL East is the best. Love you both, brothers. Talk to you later. Roachy, catch you later, brother.
Sorry, I had to break your balls a little bit there, my friend.
So now they have runners second and third. Hulk got a nice double play home to first. And hopefully DJ LeMahieu will swing at a couple of pathetic pitches like he just swung at the first one for me. If not, it's second and third. He puts this in the outfield anywhere. Hulk just almost threw one 8 feet by the fucking catcher, for crying out loud.
Whatever. Anyways,
so
yeah, no, back to wrestling because I mean the LA East is so far gone right now. It's ridiculous.
yeah.
I mean,
so
Baltimore's at 500 in their last place. Like,
what do you expect, buddy? They've been losing the past 20 years. You figure they got to start to get some of these drafts right.
I know,
get some of these young guys.
It's amazing that if you put Baltimore in any other division, they're
Yep.
either in second or first place.
Yes. We play. This is the best division in all of baseball.
Yeah. You put them in any other division, they're in either first or second place.
Yep.
No questions asked.
Yep.
They actually have a better record than I think the first place team in the Central.
Yeah, I believe they do.
Yeah. That's how pathetic it is right now.
So let's get I'd like to get your thoughts on what is going to be the main event for SummerSlam, which is going to be Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns in a last man standing match. Now, haven't they had a last man standing match before?
Nope.
Okay.
They had I don't even think they had a first blood match.
Okay.
Everybody know, like, if you can't tell that they're going to put that title around Theory, then you don't even belong watching wrestling. I agree with it. I think that would have been Cody Rhodes' spot if he wasn't hurt right now.
Yep.
Do I think Cody Rhodes is eventually going to get the title? And yes, I think he's going to end up feuding with Theory over the title, and he'll take it at WrestleMania. He'll win the Royal Rumble, and he'll take it at WrestleMania. Making Theory the youngest champion besides Randy Orton, is the kid ready? Is he mature enough? Because any way you cut it, you put that title around a kid at 24 years old, it's going to go right to his head. And you know that.
Yep. So I'm going to put my best, when you're done, put my best kazoo cap on and tell you how to book this situation.
I'm sure Kazoo would think it's a great idea.
Kazoo actually thought it was a great idea when I had said. I was amazed. I thought he might have gotten to my bag as weed.
Why, you think it's a good idea to put the title on him?
No, only done the right way. And
so
here's my 7 cents on this. I'll let you finish, but go on.
Finish. So this is how it's going to play out. Reigns is going to win SummerSlam. He's going to win. He's going to be not Reigns. Brock Lesnar is going to win SummerSlam.
Holy shit!
Because they went back to they brought up the whole the elimination chamber when he beat the ever living crap out of him and banged him off the freaking plexiglass and then threw him off the top of the cage,
Yeah.
the pod. So right then and there is telling me that they're putting that title on Theory. And he's going to he's going to cash in and take it from Brock, because Brock's going to be so out of it. He's going to come out, hit his finisher, 1, 2, 3, and there's your champion from SummerSlam to WrestleMania.
I hope not.
That's going to happen. I'm telling you.
And the only reason is because I think that you can build this kid to be a way bigger heel than what you would be doing to just do that aspect.
Well, I mean, they're not going to have him take it off of Reigns because
no, just hear me out.
Okay, go ahead.
Listen, and this all ties hand in hand with what I was talking about with the MJF thing. If MJF can't be MJF in the WWE, you would think that the people that are in creative are not going to waste that type of money. I'm going to tell you that right off I believe that right off the bat.
Okay.
I'm not comparing Theory to MJF, but I'm comparing Theory to the mental heat that he is bringing between himself and what would be the WWE universe, the fans are not believing and not liking. I believe he has become a very itchy flea in the proverbial ball bag of the WWE universe, to say the least. Okay,
but you also have to understand
now,
he ate a lot of crap in the
Yep. But what I'm saying now is I believe his heel status is his heel status right now is probably top 3 in the WWE as far as
absolutely.
Heel, okay.
Yep.
Now, I believe he could get under your skin even fucking more. That if you slowly took the process of, because you know he's Mr. McMahon's prize pupil or whatever the fuck you want to call him, okay?
Right.
Why not give a gimmick where he continuously tries to cash in the Money in the Bank, and each time he loses, but because he's Vince McMahon's pet project, with some way, shape, or form, he finds a way that Vince McMahon re-awards him the Money in the Bank briefcase.
That would work.
Just keep on saying, what the fuck, what the fuck, what the fuck, what the fuck.
All right, so would work. That would work if Vince McMahon was an on-screen character.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is what if that? Yes, I'm just saying, if I was to have, if I was part of a crew that was back, it said, what throw me your 6 months on Austin Theory leading up to WrestleMania on how we can continue to get him over time in and time out. Even if you're not using Vince McMahon weekly, why not involve Adam Pearce? Adam Pearce has become an on-air persona that could just come out of a fucking office that says Mr. McMahon and say, Theory, I'm telling you, Mr. McMahon is going to give you another chance. You better not. I believe they could write around certain things just like anything else that they do. But you're right. In order to make it good, you'd have to have, if you could get Vince every so often, but utilize Adam Pearce at the same point in time. And this is just what I would do, man. And I honestly believe that if he say he cashed that in like 3 to 4 times and he gets it back because of unsuccessful cash-ins, okay? But he's just doing this, that, and the other. Cody Rhodes all of a sudden, comes back, wins the Royal Rumble, goes on to WrestleMania. Whoever has the belt, say Roman Reigns has it. Roman Reigns has it for almost 3 fucking years. Cody Rhodes, bang, beats fucking Roman Reigns. Yay. Look at the struggle he's gone through. All of a sudden, Austin Theory, who can't talk to fucking save his life. In the meantime, we find someone in NXT that's not ready to say be in the ring, but could be a mouthpiece slash insurance policy
Well, this has got Kazoo
for
written all over
Theory.
it, but go on.
Okay, I'm sorry, but like, I just think because you really do. Getting rid of Malcolm Bivens for the WWE was a stupid fucking thing. Because you could have Malcolm Bivens doing the talking and then bring someone in who was like the AKA the Diesel, like the fucking almost to the AJ Styles, to the proverbial Shawn Michaels. Think about all the stars at one point in time. They all had the big insurance policy in the fucking in
No,
the in their back pocket. Now, Theory comes out. He becomes even a bigger heel because why? Because he comes out and kills Cody Rhodes' comeback to what should have been his dream and what should have been what he obtained, not only while he was away for 6 long years, but the 6 long months of rehab to the 3 months leading up to WrestleMania. And now Austin Theory crushes him and just leaves him lie. He would be he would be he would be so over as a fucking heel.
I agree with that.
And that would be and just to me, I think you need some. I think to me, the WWE needs to focus stories on things other than a world title.
I understand
Or
that, but
other than just the world title, like things leading up to it. It would to me would be something good. It's just something that I think I would like to see. If Theory becomes the champion at SummerSlam and does the deed there, it is what it is.
Well,
I'm just saying, I'd like to see that. I myself would like to see things prolonged.
I agree with that, but this is the WWE we're talking about.
Yep.
They wanna shoot the money shot as quickly as possible when they should hold on to it. But we'll see what happens. I mean, again, I could be way off base and you could be right, or vice versa. But I firmly believe that he's going to cash in at SummerSlam and win that title.
What's going to go on with the Usos and the Street Profits?
From what I understand, that they're going to break up the Street Profits, which I think is a dumb move. But I think that they're going to lose at SummerSlam again, and what's his face is going to turn on his partner.
Yep,
the skinny one.
Montez Ford has put some size on, my friend.
Montez Ford is from what I understand is due for a huge push.
Yes,
huge.
He is the proverbial Shawn Michaels, and Dawkins is Marty Jannetty.
Yeah,
and
I hate to say that, but the thing of it, but I think Dawkins
is
very talented. Dawkins is very talented for his size.
Yeah.
So
I just don't. I've never been one that's seen. You know who Dawkins reminds me of? Think of him. Think of it. Think of it. You know him. I know him.
Who,
Brandino Davis.
Oh yeah. How's he doing, anyways? I haven't really heard.
Brandino. I haven't talked to Brandino in a couple of months, but the last time I talked to him, he was still waiting. He says he has his days. Well,
I'm hoping and praying that he gets what he needs, because he's too young. Too young to be having that.
I was under the impression that he had
oh, take your lips off his ass, would you? Jesus Christ.
Thanks, Dan. He's already a flea. That's, you know what I mean?
We'll see what happens. I mean, with Triple H being in charge of Raw, it can only get better. That's my opinion.
That's true. What do you think of Keith Lee and Swerve Strickland going over Wednesday evening and becoming the new AEW
Well, the Bucks didn't take
Tag
the Bucks.
Team
The Bucks didn't
Champion.
take the Bucks didn't take the pin, so
Yeah,
it is what it is.
yeah.
I give a little bit of kudos for them not holding on to those titles for a very long period of time. I give the AEW little kudos for making them a transition champion when they could have just, I don't know, taken it off the original champions, I guess.
FTR get those things back, or do
No,
they go back to the Bucks?
the I well, FTR is working on a handshake agreement, so probably not.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're actually been in talks with WWE to come back. So if they drop the Ring of Honor straps in the near future, they're out of there.
I would believe tomorrow night they face the Briscoes in Lowell, Massachusetts for Death or Dishonor, whatever the hell the name of their goofy pay-per-view is.
Well, I'm surprised because Briscoe, they won't drop them to the Briscoes because the Briscoes are not even on the radar of AEW or Ring of Honor because of the supposed racial tweets that one of them put out.
Well,
TBS.
they're working for ROH tomorrow night.
Yeah, but it's a house show. It's not.
It's a pay-per-view.
Is it a pay per view?
Yes, it is, sir.
I'm surprised TBS is allowing that then.
Death before Dishonor.
TBS was told to not was told Sideshow not to sign them because he was going to.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is a very lousy thing. Too bad for the Briscoes.
It's this whole cancel culture that's going on right now.
Yeah.
You know, you can fart wrong and fart in the wind, and somebody's gonna want to cancel you. It's pathetic. You know, I sit here. You know, I had a conversation with somebody about when we were younger, when we were growing up. Even when we were in the business, you know, back in the late 90s and early 2000s, you know, you messed up, you took a beating in the ring, plain and simple.
That's right.
You do that nowadays, somebody's calling the cops on you. It's just the way it is, you know. It's not. It's this whole, I gotta hold your hand and pat you on the bum and give you a participation trophy because you tried your hardest. My niece is 16 years old. She is probably one of the top swimmers in the country right now. And she raced. She's in Rhode Island doing a swim meet, a national swim meet. And she raced a girl that made the Olympic trials 3 times in a row and almost beat her. The girl beat her by 2 seconds. So, you know, that's...
Oh, that's right. David Ortiz goes into the Hall of Fame this weekend.
Oh, does he really?
Yes.
He deserves it.
Dan, have a great time at the Hall of Fame. Look forward to seeing some pictures that you may post on your Facebook. That'd be cool.
Now, if David Ortiz wasn't part of the Red Sox and stayed a Twin, he wouldn't be in the Hall of Fame.
No. They waived him. They got rid of him. They didn't think he was anything.
Yeah.
It happens.
Yeah.
Look at what the Yankees gave up. The Yankees gave up 2 players on the Red Sox right now that play influential parts of their pitching staff.
Yep.
So everybody makes mistakes with giving up young talent. Yeah, sometimes they just don't, work out in your in your system, man. Like
still 4-4, huh?
Yep. I look at it this way. Having to be a Yankee,
that's a lot of
pressure. It's your childhood dream, hell fucking yeah, man. I can see a lot of people flopping. knowing what they have to live up to and what they have
even
to do.
it's even being a Red Sox. Let's look at it. Let's look at it this way. Even being on the Red Sox, it's a lot of pressure because of the rivalry that's
Yeah.
been going on for years.
I think
It's
there's just
always
those
been
few teams that you sign with. I would have to say it's got to be an incredible thing to be like a St. Louis Cardinal because they're one of the like an original Major League Baseball team that had people like Lou Brock and Stan the Man Musial and
no.
you know things
I
like that,
agree.
like a LA Dodger or but like those major franchises, I can see why there is talent that does flop.
Right.
Sox just fucked this one up.
It's over.
Uh I feel the same way, Dan. I tell Mike that all the time. The Yankees suck, but I love Derek Jeter.
You know, the Yankees suck so bad. They're 14 games, 15 games ahead of everybody else, but they suck. Whatever.
and when the Red Sox at times and years have the lead against the Yankees, the Red Sox suck.
Yeah, whatever. It is what it is.
It's
But I've
just
always,
it's a great feud, you know.
but I'm a true fan. Unlike some pink hat that's probably not even listening right now.
No. So what is going to come out of the now? It's like it's even more the me generation, and it's coming out now more onto the main rosters. Okay, well, we've seen the Sasha Banks and Naomi situation, and now I haven't seen the footage, but I was being told that not Charlotte Flair, Natty Neidhart.
Yeah, she knows Liv Morgan's finisher.
Yeah, and then said something to her, and then slid out of the ring on a WWE live event.
I think those two have heat and always have.
Yeah.
So, it's a very unprofessional of Neidhart to do that.
Yeah.
Especially her lineage and where she comes from. She should know better.
Exactly. I agree.
Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels couldn't stand each other when they were wrestling that Iron Man 60-minute match, but they did business.
Exactly.
So, for Neidhart to do that, she's a clown.
Yep.
Clown.
What would her grandfather say? What
would her father say? Never mind.
Yeah.
If her father was still alive, he'd be all over her. House shows do count. Yes, they do. You're in front of a crowd, especially nowadays when everyone's got a cell phone and social media. It does count.
It does count. Absolutely.
It counts more now than it did back in the day. Trust me.
Yes. Agree.
If it didn't
wholeheartedly agree.
Yeah, if they didn't count, they wouldn't have them. So.
Exactly. It shows professionality even more. You're out on the road entertaining the fans that, basically they're not getting to see Monday night and Friday night, and they're in your town. Just curious why then. Why the shows are just as important? Because when they go to the live events, it helps draw to the live television. It helps draw to the merchandise. It just helps draw to the brand in the extent itself. And with the day and age of everybody having a cell phone and this, that, and the other, and the social media aspect of what Mike says, everybody gets to see the bullshit on the road. Like, it's almost like saying it didn't count that Jeff Hardy, the first time he pulled that stupid shit in the WWE to get out of his contract, was like, who cares what he did? It's just a house show that people paid $50 to go watch these people perform, and you bet your ass it counts.
You don't think she would do that? Oh, yes, she would. She's another Naomi. She's another Sasha Banks. She's a pure diva.
Yes, a lot of these a lot of these, a lot. There's a lot of attitude and animosity going on in backstage right now, from what rumors have it, and it's more or less going towards the older veterans in the female division.
Well, okay, so let's see. Let's look at it this way. Okay, so Natty's been there for how many years?
Shit, I wrestled her. She wrestled on a tour with me, her last indie bookings. And that would have to be, she wrestled Sweet Sarah Stock, who Sarah at one time was in the WWE developmental, would trained with Serena Deeb, was the assistant head trainer in WWE. She was known as Sarita in TNA.
So you'd say probably 15 years then?
Yep. Definitely 15 years.
And she's never won a heavyweight title.
Really?
Yep. So where do you think that match is coming from? Here comes Liv Morgan, has been there 5 years and has won the title. Do I think she's unprofessional? No, but I think what she did was unprofessional.
Yes.
I think that she's never had that rep of being unprofessional, considering where she comes from, who her father is. You know what I mean? She's a second generation superstar. So I don't think she's unprofessional. I just think that what she did was unprofessional. Obviously, there's some heat there.
Technically, she's a third generation. Her grandfather, her father,
and third
her.
Generation. Yep. So,
I just think you're absolutely right. Where she comes from, it's always been instilled in her brain to be professional. She started as a little kid putting fucking programs on seats for live shows for Stampede Wrestling. I mean, it just says it right there. To say that the girl doesn't have wrestling etiquette would be the wrongest thing in the world. Maybe to say that she has just basically had it with some of the backstage and politics in the WWE, and maybe felt that because it was a house show, it was on a lower stage to pull a fit like that, or maybe knowing that it's on a house show, that it's going to get the type of exposure that she's looking for.
Yeah, I mean, how old is she? What? She's got to be close to 40
TV
now, right?
is the most important part of anything. If you do that on TV, you probably pulled off for a while. She knows she's probably got just as many looks at what she did on a house show.
She's got to be close to 40 now, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So here's probably where her frustration lies. She's close to 40. She's given her life to the company, given her life to this business. She doesn't have kids. She probably won't have kids. So, and no world title or no push.
Yeah, she's just been a
Wouldn't you get frustrated after a while?
Yes.
After doing all that, you give up your life to the business. You marry somebody in the business, which then ended up breaking his neck off a botch move, and he can't wrestle anymore. So, yeah, I mean, I would be upset too, and frustrated, and pissed off, and wanting to know why I'm not getting a push or getting the title.
That is true.
Everyone says, "Oh, wrestling's it's a work, it's entertainment." But as a worker and as an entertainer, you're out there busting your ass to entertain a crowd, and you're getting no recognition. It's a
okay. So that is kind of wrong, because she is currently signed to the WWE, where she performs as a SmackDown brand under the ring. Natalya, she is a 2-time Women's World Champion, having won the Divas Championship and SmackDown Women's Championship once each. Okay, I knew she was a world champion.
It wasn't. Let me see.
It wasn't. Yeah, you stole the word. Right. It wasn't memorable. That's right, Mike.
Yeah. So it was probably she was probably a transition champion.
Yeah.
But still, you're again, but it still reverts back to you're 40, almost 40 years old. You didn't have kids. What's probably your choice. You gave your life to the business. You know what I mean? And here comes Liv Morgan, 28 years old, and I think Liv deserves it, to be honest with you. I really do.
Yeah.
And then you have your supposed best friend in Ronda Rousey saying she wants to drop the title to Liv and not you. That'd be like you saying, "Oh, I want to drop the title to some schmo and not Mike." I'd be pissed too. I've been wanting to punch you in the face too.
You're right.
So
Yeah.
you know, that'd be like again. Well, let's put it this way. That'd be like you saying, "Oh, I'm going to give the title. I'm dropping the title to Forbesy." I'd choke you. I would choke you out in the middle, right in the locker room, choke you out.
No. We'll say Frankie because at least Frankie was in the ring.
That's true.
Mike Frankie's going over tonight with Bullis as manager.
Dude, that just brought flashbacks when I dropped the chair on him.
Oh shit!
When I fired the chair out of the Good Times.
Oh my!
He took it like a champ.
Oh shit! Been a good wrestling night. Good night of Friday night free for all here. Just talking, some just basic wrestling. Really not getting into, the who, what's, when's, and where's. We went through some things. Let's just end it at this.
I'm getting tired of the McMahon saga. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. Capelli asked me an interesting question via text today.
Yeah.
And I thought it was kind of cool because I really, I'm being honest with you. I think in the next couple of days, I'm going to go on the Peacock Network. I'm going to go into the WWE files and I'm going to find the best of Triple H or the rivals of Triple H, I believe they have.
Yeah.
Because, Capelli brought up a really valid point today and asked me who I believe. Look it. And he's in with 3 minutes left. Look at you.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
The pink cat himself.
So let's have a cool little discussion right here, right now. Capelli gives me a text and he asked me who I believe Triple H's greatest rivalry was. And,
it's a good question.
It is. I truly believe, to me, that Triple H had great matches with Bret Hart, and I believe that Triple H had a good little saga with The Undertaker. And The Undertaker, I watched that biography, the WWE biography with Taker, and Taker went on to say his two best matches in his career with Shawn Michaels and The Undertaker.
This is a great question, dude.
So Dan Bellevue right now, he's been a fan that's been on here the whole time and been giving some really good things. HBK or The Rock?
I'd say HBK. Definitely.
So you believe his greatest rivalry was HBK?
Because it had more substance to it, because they were friends, and then like when HBK was gone for 4 years, right?
Yeah.
And when he returned, Triple H was his first adversary, so it meant so much more, and that feud just held more water than every single one. Not that the matches were better, it's just you were invested into it more. I agree, HBK for sure. It's a hard question because you can throw everybody in, but nothing stands out.
Is it safe to say that just Triple H had solid work with everybody he faced?
Oh, it's not a criticism by any means. Yes, Jay, I would say that. Absolutely.
Well, so I'll put it to you this way. Triple H is, Jay's right. He is a solid worker. He can work with anybody. And it's how he was trained. He was trained by Kowalski. Oh my God. Why?
I,
Why?
I will go like this and further state that because in between, like his title reigns and stuff, he had to help guys like Scott Steiner and Kevin Nash work up to his level and make them look good. Just to even Goldberg.
Yeah.
Well, I
Um,
mean, you're talking about one-dimensional workers. Like Kevin Nash is what, six something. He can't really do much in the ring.
no,
Scott
but H
Steiner,
H made him look good. He
right?
made
But
them all look good.
well, that's what I'm saying. I would put Triple H on probably the same level as carrying people, not talent wise, but carrying people as Ric Flair. Ric Flair could make you look good in the ring, fingers. I firmly believe that Triple H is that type of worker where he can get in the ring with anybody and make him look like a freaking superstar.
He made Hogan look good to get his last title run.
Did he wrestle Hogan? I thought it was Michaels that wrestled Hogan.
No, he dropped the title to Hogan so he can get one last little run in.
Oh yeah, you're right.
And he made Hogan look good, and Hogan was shot. And HBK made him look good too, obviously, but HBK oversold that shit.
I don't know, Jay. Sox just went up 5-4.
Yeah, I seen it. But it's with this base when you got this runner on second and no outs. I'm sorry. I'm shit, and I'm gonna tell you this right now. I can't stand Brian Brazier. So there you go. It's fucking you guys.
They need
got
a
the game.
closer, Jay. They need a
I know.
legit closer.
I said this. 10 minutes ago. I'm not gonna deny that, Forbes. If you listen to Talking from the Cheap Seats with Rumble and the Gazoo live on Wednesdays, or you can go and watch the repeat, I have firmly said that the Red Sox need a legit outfielder, or don't need the legit outfielder. That the platoon situation in the outfield is fine. They need a legit fucking first baseman, Frenchie Cordero and fucking Daubach. Even though Daubach got a key home run in tonight's game against the Yankees, it's their time is gone. Their time is fucking went. Okay, gone. Finito.
He bats 170, dude. That's
They
not about it.
they need a legit fucking closer that's experienced closing 30 games and not closing games against the fucking Texas Rangers and the fucking Seattle Mariners. Like, you need a guy that's been that plays, that got saves in big freaking games, because this dude's gonna have to go into fucking Yankee Stadium. This dude's gonna have to go into fucking into the Rogers Dome. This dude's gonna
Especially
have to
in
go.
October.
Exactly, man.
Yeah, but
So
who's out there, Jay? Who's
can't
out
be
there?
some schlep rock. Well, listen, they're talking about some guy who's pitched with Oakland the past 2 years. Oakland's been pretty good. They've been put in some big situations. The kid isn't pitching all that well this year. But if you put him in a situation like Boston, what if it could resurge him? So with that being said, anyways, let's get back to, who Triple H is. What about Triple H versus Bret the Hitman Hart? What did you think of those matches?
Oh, again, it's hard to like pinpoint matches because he's a solid worker all around. Always has been.
Those were his Hunter Hearst Helmsley days, though, right?
Yeah. It doesn't matter. He can get in the ring with anybody and make them look good. Plain and simple.
He had some good stuff with Dustin too.
Yeah. So Capelli had his choice was Randy Orton.
That's a good one. That's a good
Randy
one.
Orton, and I believe the other one. Where is my phone? I believe Randy Orton, because I had put that I had believed it was with Bret Hart and his matches with the Undertaker at WrestleMania are two of the most memorable matches that will ever go down. So to me, I believe that is a rivalry. That is a feud. You know what I mean?
No, I have to say
he has some good matches with Batista too.
Yep.
So he gave to me, offhand, I told him I did not see it was a hard one for me, but I'd go with, Brett or the Taker, and he came back at me and he'd say I'd have to say The Rock or RK or Randy Orton because he really never had a true defining rivalry like Brett or Austin McMahon.
No, he
Well-
did not. But he also put RKO on the map,
Yeah.
so that was defining for sure. I'd go Orton and HBK.
Okay.
Flip flop them.
What are you in your basement?
No, I'm in my living room with the lights out, man. Just got home from Pearl Street Station, Jay.
Oh, how's the steak tips still over there? Good.
Fantastic, except I couldn't have some, so I
Oh,
had to get
that's
turkey.
right.
I got turkey tips, but
Yep,
those
that's
were good
right.
too.
You stay away from the red meat.
Yeah.
I haven't had to been told that yet, but I don't eat red meat the way I used to. I eat a lot of chicken.
Chicken and fish. Go
yeah.
pescatarian, man.
Yeah.
Just pay attention to your cholesterol levels, guys, man. Just keep that in check and you'll be fine.
Yep, that's right.
I'm hammering everything down. I've lost. I hit the 30-pound mark today.
Good job, Mike. Where are you, Mike? In the kitchen? You're gonna show me
I'm in my basement.
I thought you were
It's
gonna
a
show me a
different end.
six-pack.
Not yet.
How's Mick doing, man? Is Mick okay?
You know, he wasn't even on. I couldn't even locate his name on Facebook tonight.
He's getting rid of the app.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. He put a
I
post
told you
out.
I was tagging him to my drum videos because he likes them and he wasn't showing up.
Yeah, he's I talked to him on Messenger like a week and a half or so ago. He's not doing well.
No, he looks really thin, man. He's lost a lot of weight.
The CTE is killing him, I guess. That's bad.
Yeah, not good, man. Not good.
That's what happens when you take, and I'm not saying it's him, but anybody takes stupid bumps or stupid shit. It happens.
Catches up.
Sooner or later.
It'll be catching up to us soon, Jay. That's for sure.
What topics did you guys hit tonight before I got on?
You know, I just hit on the fact that Cesaro has looked great in his 2 matches in AEW.
Hasn't he, though, dude? Like he looks like, what do you call it? Revitalized.
Yeah.
He looks intense. He's definitely wrestling different, obviously, with no he just seems happy and it shows. I think he's gonna get over fine.
I thought him and Jack Hager were awesome.
Yeah.
I talked about a little bit about, you know, the fact that Keith Lee and Swerve Strickland going over.
Hurt. Someone got hurt.
Okay.
I heard one of they called an audible on that.
Okay.
That wasn't supposed to happen. And there was a botch. The wrong guy got pinned. You'll hear more about that. Not that it mattered because they called the audible from Scott and Keith.
Not in the Indie Federation. There was somebody got pinned wrong.
They weren't supposed to win it, but like one of the Jackson boys got fucked up. I would have liked to have seen Hobbs and Starks go over because Scott and Lee seem like a forced tag team to me.
Yes, they do. Very forced. So it's a final. Red Sox 5, Yankees 4. Sox take game 1 of the 3-game series here before the All-Star break.
Can't win them all.
No, they can't. But Mike, I'm telling you, and I'm not lying. Ryan Brazier usually shits his.
Oh, I know.
His draws.
Listen, Yankees are in a kind of a slump right now.
We'll get them tomorrow, Mike. We'll get them tomorrow, bud.
Oh, shut the fuck up! If you curse this team and they lose first place, I'm gonna come to your house.
They lose first.
I'm gonna come to your house and stab your pool.
They're up by 25 fucking games.
I'm gonna come to your house and stab your pool. Not even kidding you.
They're up by 25. They're up by 25 games. They're able, if they wanted to sit the whole team the month of September and have them come back out in October and still be up by 12.
Yeah,
I'm just saying. Just putting it out there. I'm gonna go pool hopping, and when I'm underwater, I'm stabbing a hole in this pool and leaving.
We talked a little bit about the unprofessionality of the Natty Neidhart incident, and knowing where that she's a third generation wrestler. What her father, what if he was alive, what he would be thinking. If the grandfather was alive, what he would be thinking.
You
I
thought
would
that
love
was a
to.
shoot?
What is that?
You thought that was a shoot?
Oh, with Natty Neidhart, no selling and rolling out of the ring on that
Of course
live
it was.
event. Of course it is.
I didn't see it.
Yeah, if you just search Natty Neidhart leaves ring
It will come up.
against Liv Morgan
Why would
on
she do
live
that?
show.
Why would she do that?
This Capelli was telling me, the Gazoo was telling me there's some backstage heat between Natalia and Liv that's basically gone on for a while. And then Mike brought up a valid point that quite possibly the whole fact of Natalia's supposed best friend in the WWE would be Ronda Rousey. And Ronda Rousey coming out live and saying that she would like to drop the title to Liv Morgan. So there could be, the WWE women's locker room right now is not the most tightest locker room.
I'm
Yeah,
glad
yeah.
it went to Liv, aren't you?
Yeah.
I to a certain extent, yes, because I'm sick of her being force fed down my mouth. I really, in my honest opinion, when I look at her, I believe that she's always looking like a deer in headlights. She just doesn't. She just, there's just something about her that just doesn't click with me.
But her in-ring work has gotten a lot better.
Yeah. There's just something about her that I just,
You know, she's just going to be transitional before the robot comes back.
Shut up, you.
I am Charlotte Flair.
And she coming back when? SummerSlam to face Liv Morgan?
Yep.
No, she's not. No, she's not.
No?
No, Liv Morgan's giving Ronda Rousey a rematch at SummerSlam.
Oh, all right.
Try to keep up.
Okay, I didn't know. Ronda Rousey. Rowdy Ronda Rousey.
And to solidify Liv as a legit champion, Rousey needs to put her over.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that I thought that Natalia versus Ronda, I thought that match was
horrible.
I thought it was, you know why it was horrible? Was because Ronda Rousey can't wrestle.
That's right. Shut your face, because it was bad.
But shouldn't the heat be between, shouldn't Natty have the heat with Ronda because Ronda wanted to give it to Liv?
I liked it because it looked like I'm sorry to say, it looked like a shoot. That's why it looked like a shoot.
Sucked. It was horrible. Fingers could have put a better match on. It sucked.
I like it.
I liked it.
Apex put me over tonight twice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm shitting on.
What did you think of it? What did you think of the Natty Neidhart match with
I got to side
Rousey?
I got to side with Apex on that. I mean, I don't know if it's just her plastic surgery throwing me off or what. Man.
Oh my God!
Herself.
The poor girl has had more plastic surgery than what was that talk show host, Sally Jesse Raphael?
Yeah, she looks like one of the mob housewives now. You know what I mean?
Yes.
She got bigger boobs too, by the way.
Each side of her nostril is like flailed up like a fucking bridge and shit.
And whoever did her teeth for her, you can still tell that you can tell they were knocked out because they're horrible.
Yeah, that's low self-esteem right there.
Oh, she's always had it.
So that heat she's giving on Liv Morgan is because she's prettier, probably. Who knows?
Oh, I can see it. You know,
telling
and
you,
like
she,
Mike made up a couple of valid points. You know, when he said she wasn't a champ, I had to look up, and it just shows that even though she has been a Divas champ and one time SmackDown Women's Champion, and Mike goes, see, it shows you how memorable her championship reigns are.
So
You
she's
know what I
taking that
mean?
out. You know what I mean? She's getting towards the end of her career. Like, what's her legacy going to be? A good hand?
right.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Well,
So why not? I can
you
see
gotta,
it. I get it.
as I said before, she gave her life. She gave her life to the business. No kids. Married to a freaking leprechaun. Like, what do you expect?
Yeah, she's lashing out. I mean, she is. I mean, she always was a great worker, like in the past. You know what I mean? But people aren't going to remember her the same way as the others.
no,
Nope.
she's just basically been the ambassador.
And I'm sure she's a great teacher too.
Yes.
She probably trained Liv. She probably trained like most everybody in there, and Rhonda.
So Dan, if you're still looking out there, his was, oh, damn, I wish Brett never went to WCW. And does anybody else feel that way after he put that up?
Yeah, it was a failure, man.
Yeah.
That's on
Yeah,
Bischoff though,
No, it's not even on Bischoff. It's yeah. I mean,
and Goldberg maybe.
yeah.
I guess.
Well, Goldberg is just I don't know, unsafe.
Yeah, but when they brought him in, Mike, you know what I mean? It was like, oh, here you could be a special guest referee. They didn't bring him in right. Like right
Yeah.
out of the gate, it was off.
And another thing is I just think Bret Hart. I think if Bret Hart had came in, like, and been part of the NWO, that would have made that's what it should have happened.
But they added by that point there was half the roster was NWO.
Exactly,
no
but I
sense.
mean Bret Hart. He come from the WWE. He wouldn't have had to work very hard, and you know,
Start off in the NWO and then take Hogan down.
yeah.
Yeah, but he wanted to work though. That's the problem.
Well, I just either way, that wasn't if he was to go to WCW, it should have been in the days before, like to say it wasn't the timing was wrong for him. NWO, when the NWO was there, I just think it was wrong for anybody to have gone to think that they were going to be successful in WCW being anything but part of the NWO.
I thought the timing was actually perfect because
Yeah.
they could have, you know, WWF didn't take over until Tyson came into the picture, and that was
Yeah.
like after he went.
Right.
They just didn't book him
I just
right,
think
man.
I would have liked to have seen Brett gone there earlier, the days when before the NWO stuff, and that's all.
Perfect. He would have been great.
That's all I mean. Like maybe had faced off against the legit Sting, face paint Sting with the service style Sting, like service style Sting versus Bret Hart would have been beautiful. Bret Hart versus Lex Luger, WCW, would have been awesome.
I thought the WWF matches were good.
Yep. But I'm just saying, I thought they would have been really good. Imagine Bret Hart facing young Eddie Guerrero before going any of that.
Yeah.
Bret Hart
versus
young
Vader.
Chris Benoit. Young Chris Benoit. Him and Raven would have been excellent matches. Just Bret Hart. I'm just saying, Bret Hart was there at the wrong time, man. He was there when everybody cared about the NWO and nobody cared about anybody else on the roster. That's what I mean.
Well,
that's why I think Bret Hart, if Bret Hart had made it seem and pushed himself towards fighting against the NWO and then possibly going NWO, at least he wouldn't have ended up in there with fucking Goldberg, and you'd probably see. I mean, hell, you see Sting wrestling right now. Imagine if Bret Hart never had to face Goldberg. You don't think Bret Hart would try getting in the WWE ring? You bet your ass he would.
Yeah, he would have won another 10 years easily.
Yep.
I mean, that kick could have led to his stroke, too.
Yep. And then we talked about where we think quite possibly to end it right here. was my 2 cents on where I believe the Money in the Bank and what they should do with the Austin Theory.
Do we have to rehash this whole long,
No,
boring
no, you
story
don't.
again? Thank you.
I don't think it's time for Austin Theory yet. That's my opinion. I would have liked to have seen Rollins. Rollins has been taking a lot for the team lately. It's his time to get a fucking cherry his way, man. I don't know.
It will come. Just like
Yeah.
AJ Styles' time will come again.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
I'm worried about AJ Styles' time, man.
Why?
What's this TV 14 rumor starting Monday? What's that?
Because Triple H, Mike, take it from here.
Triple H is now in charge of Raw, and they're getting rid of the PG era. He's also in charge of NXT as well.
Well, let's hope for the best, guys, because we all
Hope for the best. This is what you. Is this not what you wanted for the ratings to go up so that they could?
Yes.
I can't stand
So
them.
that
I
hope
can't.
for the best. You should
Kick
be
'em
saying
off.
right now, this is what we want to see, fellas. It's
Kick 'em
about
off.
time.
Yeah,
we
but
could
until
have
I
a
see it,
rejuvenation of
until
the
I see it, I
Attitude
won't
Era.
believe it. I won't believe TV 14 until I fucking see it, man.
Okay.
Fingers,
So
what's your
Monday
address? I'm coming to stab your pool.
That is a serious threat, man. You know how much Linus cost
When
in
you
the
get
water
up,
to restock it?
when you get up tomorrow morning and your garden's flooded,
$200 donation to a fire department I had to do, and then I got really nice pond water, but still you had to shock it. You're gonna do all that stuff to it, so it costs.
If we get TV 14, man, and Trips is in charge of that stuff, they're gonna put AEW out of business. AEW is circling the drain faster than fucking my shit
I
that I'm
don't-
about to take.
Why do you believe that? Why say that?
I just can't. I can't. Oh my god, I can't see you some days.
I don't think I didn't think Dynamite was all that bad this week.
The
Some
wrestling
good matches on there.
Listen,
It's
everything
not
in
a
the
show
business,
that writes. Alistair Black's stuff is good. They just don't got enough room for everybody that they have.
I never criticized the wrestling guys. Come on.
What, the fact that they got no stories?
Yes.
And the Alistair Black thing with the
With
This is
Miro
coming-
should be good.
Wait a minute.
I mean,
Wait, stop.
You got
Stop.
something there.
All right. This is coming from somebody when AEW first came out, thought it was the best thing since sliced bread.
I did,
Now
Mike.
he's-
I want to change,
Now
bro.
he's shitting on it.
I wanted change. I wanted to see something new, and so did you, Jay.
I did, and I still do want to see something new. And now the WWE is about to step up because if they do what they're going to do, they're going to do the Attitude Era to a certain extent all over again.
Yep.
That's
It's
good, by me,
coming.
man. All I know is this.
Imagine Monday Night Mandy. That's what's coming,
Give me
buddy.
some of that.
Monday Night
I know that
Mandy.
Tony Khan has already silenced two of my fucking content creators for criticizing them.
Really?
He's blocked me on Twitter because I abuse him every time I get a chance.
Oh, fingers is frozen.
Oh, because he went outside. It
Him and
was
his
the internet.
Yeah.
All right, let's end it now. Quickly.
Horrible.
Bye. See
Yeah.
you later. We're leaving.
So, say what you were saying right there.
I said look at how tall the corn is, man.
There you go.
I said Tony Khan silenced one of my content creators, man. That,
Yeah.
just for constructive criticism.
Really?
Yeah,
What was the constructive criticism?
Get out of the business.
Amplified.
Really?
Yeah, he's legit podcaster or whatever. Like, I don't know. I think he might have made fun of him for his hug on Sarah or something like.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's a wrap.
Yeah, that's a Riz app.
He needs fucking help booking, man. AEW could be so good with the talent they have.
Yep.
They can't get $1 million every week.
No, and I told Mike a reason why they can't get $1 million every week, and you have to think of it this way: the only people that are watching that program are the people of our generation, sort of, that don't watch apps and things of that nature. So I guarantee that's where a lot of the makeup comes from.
Fingers, don't ever put the camera that close to your ugly face again.
There we go.
Nobody wants to see that.
Look at that.
What 6-pack, Frankie? Frankie, put your shit away. Nobody wants to see it. We don't care.
Frankie bag of donuts.
Hey, I might go to Ring of Honor in Lowell.
Oh, really?
Briscoes
Yeah, you should.
FTR on the card.
And look, yes, it is. Yeah, FTR versus the Briscoes.
You should go.
You should dress as you should dress as one of the Briscoe brothers and get on camera.
Well, Mike, let's go.
I got wrestling tomorrow night. I'm wrestling tomorrow night.
I bet you Frankie would go.
It's next week. It's the 23rd.
Oh, it's not this Saturday. Oh,
no, I think next
okay.
Saturday.
Let's do it. I'll buy you a ticket for you. How's that?
I'll let you know. It could be a possibility.
Is Malonis? No, Malonis ain't on the Ring of Honor roster right now.
It could be an impromptu match in the crowd though. Me choking fucking fingers out.
You fucking.
If he wears a Yankees hat, I'm gonna choke the shit out of him.
He's wearing his Yankees hat right now.
No, he's not. He's wearing a Mets hat.
Oh, Jesus.
Dodgers.
Same thing.
Dodgers.
Mets and Dodgers are gay. He's such a clown.
Oh, you guys are too much.
What do you guys want for produce?
I got my own. I got eggplant. I got peppers. I got jalapeno peppers. Cucumbers coming in.
Forbes, how many plants you got growing?
You got growing.
How many fucking plants you got
I made
going?
Potatoes this year. You throw 5 potatoes in a fucking duffel bag and you put Miracle Grow soil on it and he's such an entertaining commodity to the show.
So anyways, we're going to wrap things up, man. We're going on an hour and a half, 90 minutes. And
like that face right there, I just want to make a dartboard and throw darts at it for the rest of the night.
We're going to wrap things up, Forbesy. What do you got to say about... Oh, and there's the other thing. We talked about the Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar 963rd rematch.
I thought it was more of a rematch than that, but okay.
Because I could have sworn they've had a last man standing, but
nope.
All right, boys, I got a split. Hugs and kisses from Jimmy Fingers, baby.
All right, brother, we'll catch you later. Go grab a trout at Harold Parker.
I'll let you know about next Saturday.
All right, fuck.
All right, brother.
Later, guys.
All right.
Thank Christ.
That internet.
Oh my God. Call Xfinity and get real internet, you dumbass.
That's right. Well, Mike, I wish you the best of luck tomorrow night in your wrestling match.
All right.
All right, buddy. For everybody out there, continue following and supporting professional wrestling, independent wrestling, and for Jason Rumble and my buddy, the APOC Stiff Mike, we're over and out without a doubt. And like Stiff Mike would say, we're better than you.
on the street as kids. Some never dreamed that they'd be doing the bids. Now they're heading down that roll call scared, trading time, they're doing fine for the sentence that the judge gives. Some sit in the cells with their books. They use the time to feed their minds, don't care about the dirty looks.